G'day, comrade subscribers. It's still Monday night. I'll probably finish this off Tuesday. Regular viewers will probably remember or realise that what's part one? Part one is always pulling apart the power supply, but for some reason I just went straight ahead and pulled this fellow apart. So let's rectify that, and for part two, let's pull apart the power supply. So it looks to be an 82. Do they use months? I think so, maybe October 82. So I initially thought this was just a 12 volt regulator, well 12 volt rectifier and regulator. So we've got 220 volts in here and then 12 volts here, but and then 12 volts going into the TV. But then when I translated this, was it whatever it was, Zeraria accumulator, so battery charger. So it looks like you plug, so 220 volts in here, 12 volts out here into the telly, or it plugs into there and you can actually charge it. So there must be a battery in here. Yeah, so I thought, oh, okay, that's cool. So this, I should have pulled this apart. This would have been maybe an interesting start, and because it works as well, not like the TV. So yeah, let's have a look at that. So obviously you'd still have this cord dangling around, but you could run it, and once it's charged up, I'm not going to try and charge it up because it's what, 40-year-old batteries or whatever is in here. Yeah, you could watch TV. So and I want to, we've got some broken plastic here as well, so I'll pull it apart, give it a clean, glue up the plastic, try and fix it up a bit. So as per usual, we've got our record, whatever, the anti-tamper Play-Doh. So this has never been opened up. Well, or either it has and they've just put the Play-Doh back in. So it looks like it's just 4 screws. So I'm not sure how I'm going to do this 2-camera thing. I think it's just picture in picture. So I think the iPhone here is going to be the main one, and then this one will be up in the corner. So let me know what you think, or whether this should be the main one and then this one's up in the corner. This is the view I've traditionally used. I don't want to go breaking the mold that's been so successful. So the other thing is, if I'm going to have the GoPro up here, then I probably want to keep this image down here, don't I? And then position this one, whatever, So let's get that crap out of there. Warranty well and truly stuffed. Okay. La 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 la. Okay, so what was that for? That's broken off there as well. So I don't know what was in there. Should I unscrew this? Don't know if that's holding. No, that was just holding that on. So what was that for then? Don't know. Okay, so Oh, okay. That was attached to the inside metal there, so that was holding it back. We've got that. Does that just pull off? I think I'm at the stage now where I'm overtired. There we go. Alright. That comes off, so that'll slide over the top, I guess. Well, I made it a little tricky to dismantle. Okay, that's where that came from, that broken bit. Maybe take the fuse out. Push down and out. Okay, that's now well and truly broken off, so I don't know what that was for. That goes over the top. So this must come out under here first. I want to be careful because that's already broken. Oh man, I'm not going too fast here, am I? I want to keep them both running and kind of as in sync as possible. So I think I might end up just cutting some video out rather than stopping and starting. I think that might be easiest. That way I can cut both video out at the same time. Or I should finally learn how to use Final Cut Pro. It just seems so complicated, overly complicated, whereas iMovie is easy. You just put in your video and away you go. So maybe I want to turn that on. Duh. That makes it a bit easier, doesn't it? Careful, Brett. I think there we go. It's finally coming out. Okay. Bloody hell. So, turns out I'm off to Melbourne on Wednesday for 2 nights. Cable's got to come out there. And then I've got to, careful. Then I've got to go to Perth for a week. And then I've got to go back to Tahiti. Suddenly I've got to do all this travel again. Probably June I'm made redundant. Oh, I don't have anything for you to do. I mean, actually June will be 25 years with the company. So, yeah, but they don't celebrate milestones anymore. As I found out on my 20th anniversary, nothing. Not even my manager knew until I told him, which was quite disappointing. Right, okay. I don't see a battery. All I see is a huge capacitor. So, what battery does it charge? So it's just a step-down transformer and rectifier. That's all it is. Which is good because then we don't have some 40-year-old batteries in here. I don't see. So what's the point of plugging it back into there then? It goes to one of the capacitor that goes to, I think there's a resistor. Should I take this off? So this is twisted, so I can, yeah, I can untwist these. We have the technology. So yeah, so it's got one of those cool transformers, and then we've got our bridge rectifier diode pack there. We have our big fuck off smoothing, although it's only 2000 microfarads. Got that there. It's nice little. Actually, I didn't need to do those, did I? Because that was holding that in place. So maybe. Or do I want to replace it? Do I want to replace it with a modern one? I want to know what that's the fuse. So shall we do a close-up? We'll do a close-up on this one, because the other one is there. Alright, so we've got, obviously, transformer to step it down from 220 to 12 volts. Then we've got our rectifier here, and then we've got our smoothing capacitor, got our fuse there, got our on-off there, and then this is the kind of 12 volt battery charger input. So one pin goes off to here, and the other one goes off to this resistor, which then goes off back to itself. What? This makes no sense, especially to me. Short power. Right. See, what I would do in this case is probably swap the plugs, so it's like a 2.1mm kind of modern one. So I want to fix the case anyway. So I want to wash it, I want to re-glue it. So the easiest thing to do would probably be desolder that, and I need to replace this plug anyway, so I'll just chop this end off and then feed it back through, I think. Shall I do that? And then I might be able to. So what's this little capacitor here? What's that? 440 or something? 0.01 microfarad. Okay. That's an 82. That goes off to. I'll turn on the continuity tester. That's a bit bloody. It's a bit bloody close, isn't it? To that. Right. Continuity. Where does this go? Zoom back out. Oh, I just realised that I don't know how much of this I was getting on the GoPro. Sorry. First attempt. So that goes off to, where does that go? That goes to there. 23 ohms, which then goes off to what? It feeds in on itself. What? What? I don't understand. Okay. Someone, no doubt, the documentation's probably available somewhere. I don't understand. There's no battery in here. I don't understand why you would plug that back into itself. What are you what are you charging? Huh. I don't know. Right. Okay, well, let's modernise this anyway. So what we'll do is we will replace the capacitors, but like I said, I always keep them. I've got my little box of Soviet goodies, including batteries and rectifiers and these weigh a bit. Anyway, I'm babbling now. So let's, because this is polarized as well, so we want to make sure it goes back in the right way when I do it again. So we want a black, what do we have? Because of course, you know, none of this is color coded. There's my pen. So that'll be on the outside. Okay. Oh, that's right. I'm just going to leave it running and I'm going to cut out whatever I don't like. Okay. Which was the, I think that was the soldering iron. Cool. 2000, 50 volt, oh, 50 volts, okay. Got to make sure I've got a 50 volts. I don't know if I've got a 50 volts. I think I might only have 16 volts. That's why it's so big. Aha. So I might have to get to that. So, first, let's do this one. True colors. Right. Oh, been listening to some Phil Collins. So these we'll just put on an Aussie plug. You know, probably. Can I even get this working? I don't know. But I would like to have one of these working, so I probably will keep an eye out for a working one. There were some available, but they were a few $100s. So I'll keep an eye out. I'll go to bed soon actually. So yeah, Wednesday, I'll come back Friday. It's going to be fun. Okay, so that'll go through there. Don't need any of that. Tiny little hole. That would have been better to... maybe. So these ones it doesn't... Well, actually in Australia it does matter. So this... Okay, so this is the... This would be the active because it's fused. So that means I should make that the active. So I will actually desolder it. Such a short wire. Desolder it or just snip them? I think I might just snip them. Yeah, I might just snip them. Okay, right, that's one done. So that's AC, so it doesn't really matter which one I connect. Well, it does, but it doesn't matter which way I connect them back up. Now let's just do these ones, just desolder those, pull them out. Oh, pardon my arm. And this one. Come on, baby. There we go. Right. So that's now separate. So yeah, for this one I'm going to have to, I think I'm going to have to order in a 50 volt. Although it doesn't, it does have to be, I don't, what depends, what does this, I don't know what this drops it down to, actually. Maybe there's a 12 volt yeah, maybe there's a 12 volt, no, it says 12 volts in. So it should be 12 volts, so this should be 12 volts out here. Anyway, let's pull this out here. There we go. So now we've got this bit of plastic here that I can give a wash to. So I don't know what that was supposed to be. There we go. So I'll give that a bit of a wash and then glue up that, and then I'll modernize this power supply. I'll leave the rectifier in. I'll leave that one in. Just replace those two capacitors and get back to the telly. All right, I think that'll actually, how long that was? 24 minutes. I'm going to try and cut that down a bit, I think. So maybe, yeah, maybe I will do this one tonight. Part 2. Yep. Well, let's see if this works. Bye for now.